Hello and welcome back to Parkinson's Exercise Corner with me, Cindy. So far in the videos that we've done, we've worked on a lot of gross motor skills, and those are the big movements, the big stretches. Today we're going to work on our fine motor skill, because so many times with people who have Parkinson's, we lose the strength, we have a tremor, and we lose the ability to maybe pick objects up, or even your pills, or we have a hard time buttoning our blouses or our shirts, opening up a jar of pickles, just anything that, even your handwriting will probably get a little small. So we want to work on those fine motor skills so that we can either improve them or stop the progression in its track. So today we're going to need, I have a ball. This one's fairly hard, but you could use a softball as well. Not a softball like for baseball, but like a squishier ball. And we're also going to need a clip, like a bag clip, or some people use a clothesline clip. You can also use that. Anything that's going to give you a little tension right there. And then I have 3 different objects here. I have a marker, I have a metal straw, and I have a pencil. You can use something like this. I'm just showing you 3 as examples, because we're going to be doing some work with our fingers, twirling them. So you can use a straw, just probably not a paper straw where it's going to bend and rip on you. So something, like I said, I have a metal straw, a marker, or a pencil is good. All right, so before we start, if you need to go grab your equipment, pause and then come back. And as you can see, I'm doing all these exercises right here from the comfort of my home at my kitchen table. Okay, so there's really no excuses for not doing them when you're just sitting around, maybe watching TV or whatever it is. Just really, really focus on your fine motor skills. But before we start those, I like to always start my workouts with some sort of warm-up. So we're going to warm up our hands and our wrists. So what I want you to do right off the bat is just give me some circles with your wrists. Big circles, round and round. We're going to do a couple more here, and then we will switch directions. Switch directions, go the other way. Very good. All right, now we're going to just close our fists and just open them up. This could be a quick movement. Try to get your fingers separated. Let's see some space between those fingers. Just trying to really get the blood flowing, loosen up the joints. A few more here. And one more. All right, let's take, it doesn't matter which hand because we're going to do both. I just want you to extend your arm out straight and pull your hand back. So you get a good stretch in your wrists and all the way up your forearm here. It's creating some flexibility in the wrists, in that wrist joint. All right, same hand, you're just going to now point those fingers down. So now you're getting a good stretch on the top of the hand and the top of that forearm. Try to keep your arm, you can have a slight bend in it, but try to keep it a little straighter. You're going to feel a really nice stretch through there. All right, let's switch. Other hand, same thing. We're going to start with our fingers pulled back, creating that flexibility. And if you consistently do this, you should be able to create a little bit more flexibility in your wrist. Let's switch that. Everything that we do should be with consistency. That's the only way you're going to see results. So if you're suffering from a symptom of Parkinson's and you see a type of exercise that's going to help you, then you should do that exercise consistently. If it feels good, do it consistently. All right, we're going to go back to our circles. We're going to do 2 sets of these, okay? So just circle those hands around And with any form of exercise, it's really good to run it by your doctor, physical therapist, run it by them. Make sure it's the right type of exercise for you. Reverse that direction again. And one more time the other way. All right, let's go to those finger flicks here. So nice and wide. See, I'm not even really extending my arm out at this point. There are ones where we could add a little more force to it. But my elbows are just rested on my table, creating some space between your fingers. Warming them up. A couple more, and then we're going to go into those wrist mobility move. All right, so now take whichever hand you want. Oops, extend it out. This one you're going to have to extend out because it's going to be a little harder to flex your hand if your arm's not extended out. So let's flex it out, straighten it out, flex it back, and just put those fingers in the opposite direction, same arm. All right, let's switch, other side, and then we're going to get into it. Hope you have your equipment. I tried to find things that are around your house, so you don't have to go out and buy anything. And tilt those fingers down now. And good, rest it out. Here we go. All right, let's start with the ball, okay? So pick up your ball. We're just gonna kind of give it a squeeze and pass it to the other hand. This adds a little hand-eye coordination as well, but every time you catch it, I want you to squeeze it. Use your thumb, get your thumb in there. Try not to let your thumb stick out like that. Squeeze it down, use your whole hand, squeeze it. Can't forget about the thumb, can't forget about the pinky. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now, one more time, and then we're gonna just hold it in whatever hand you want, and you're just gonna squeeze it really hard, give it a little pressure. Remember to use your thumb, try to get your pinky in there, and just kind of release it. And then squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Try not to take your fingers off like I just did, because then the ball might have a tendency to go rolling across the room, and you don't want that. All right, now you're just going to kind of roll that ball in different directions in that hand. Okay, just roll it around using all your fingers. Sometimes when we get diagnosed with Parkinson's, you might not even notice any fine motor skills that you've lost, and you might not for a while. So whether you have lost your fine motor skills or you feel like your fine motor skills are intact, it's always good to do these anyways to kind of stop it from happening. You want to keep, just like exercising, you want to keep it strong. All right, let's switch hands. A lot of people might say, well, why do I need to do that? I don't have a problem with my fine motor skills. But you have to remember too, like not only with Parkinson's, but as we get older, we lose strength in our hands. It's kind of normal, but if you do exercises like this, you're going to maintain that strength or increase that strength so that you're able to do your everyday fine motor movements, like buttoning your shirt, opening a jar. That seems to be a hard one. Buttoning this, like I said, buttoning your shirts, unbuttoning in your shirts. Let's go back to the other hand. Handwriting. Just keep moving that ball around, trying to use all your fingers. I will come up with another video that works specifically for handwriting. If you're still writing checks out there, you need to be able to write your checks, and you need to be able to give your signature on certain things. So we want to try to work on that handwriting to keep it big. Let's just toss it back and forth. Let's give it a squeeze as we do it. All 5 fingers on each hand, squeeze. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. All right, you can set that ball down. All right, let's go to our clip, okay? Before we do our clip, let's just do our finger touches. All right, so we're gonna touch each finger with our thumb. And we're gonna move up and down our hands. We're doing both hands at the same time here. And as we do this, put a little pressure into it. Put a little pressure into it. Just don't tap it. If you can, put some strength into it. Increase that strength. A few more here. And you can rest that. We're going to continue with that, but instead of just tapping, we're going to do 2 taps on each finger. You can start 2 taps. See if you can do them both at the exact same time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Very good, very good. Let's do it one more time, down and back. Kind of got a little rhythm going here. All right, relax. All right, now you're going to pick up your clip, and what we're going to do, one hand at a time, we're going to squeeze with your thumb and your index. Hold it for a second. Squeeze with your middle. Squeeze with your ring. And the hard one, for me at least, is squeezing with that pinky. Pinky, that's a weak finger. And go back up now. Back to your ring finger. Back to your middle finger. And back to your index finger. Very good. Let's switch hands. Let's try it with the other one. Squeeze. Usually one hand fingers would be stronger than the other. That's normal. Maybe your more dominant hand might be a little stronger. I'm left-handed, so I don't know. I think they both kind of feel the same to me. But you might be different. Let's go to the other hand. Now we're going to squeeze it 2 times. 1, 2. 1, 2. If you have to readjust it, just fix it. 1, 2. And now here for me is the hard one. 1, 2. Go back up your hand now. Ring finger. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Very good. Let's switch. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Here's that pinky. 1, 2. Yeah, this is definitely my harder hand. Let's go back up. 1, 2. 1, 2. My pinky's weaker in my right. 1, 2. Very good. Okay, so that's that second exercise. Our third one, you're going to pick up whatever it is, your straw, your pencil, your marker, whatever it is you have, and we're just going to kind of twirl it. We're going to try to twirl it between each finger. So it's going to take a little thought, little coordination. If you drop it, perfectly okay. Just pick it up and start over. There we go. It's a little tricky, especially if you have a tremor. You might find it a little more difficult. Hopefully this helps slow down your tremor a little bit. But it really helps your mind connect too with what you're doing. Keep going like this, and then we're going to switch hands. I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of a baton. We're not going to throw it or anything though. We're just going to keep it in our fingers. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. It's okay. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for progress. And like I said before, consistency is the key. Let's switch hands. So on day one, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to think, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I'm never going to do it again. You want to keep positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. You just make it a challenge. Make it fun. Time yourself. See how long you can do it without dropping it. See if you can go through each finger. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? It wouldn't be challenging. It wouldn't really be helping your fine motor skills. All right, we just got a couple more. All right. You can set that down or you can keep going if you want. Those are the 3 exercises for today that we did. Well, we did 4 really because we did our finger touches, but those are the exercises. I'll put how many times I want you to do them as far as reps or time and how many sets of each. So you'll have it and you do this anytime during the day when you're relaxing. You can even do it when you're sitting there waiting for the doctor to come out, right? Because how long is our wait usually for a doctor? Longer than this video. All right, so take this with you, use it. If you liked it, subscribe to my channel, Parkinson's Exercise Corner with me, Cindy. Like it, and you can press that little bell for more notifications so that when new videos come out, you won't miss one. So leave a message in the comment. I love to connect with the Parkinson's community. I feel it's important for the community to connect and communicate. I think it's good for our souls and our mind to connect with other people that are going through the same thing that we're going, because so much with Parkinson's, you might feel like you're alone. When you get diagnosed, you might feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know anybody with Parkinson's. How am I going to deal with this? And then that's when you have to do your research. You got to connect with the community because there are people like you going through the same symptoms. All right, so we can help each other and give each other hope. All right, so you guys all have a great day and we'll see you at the next video.